Last time I was called and the AR pulled out of the game.
What?
It was 2 or 3 years ago. Drake was AR1, half fight.
Joshy?
Yeah. At the half time, he said, go warm up.
Dude, like, the last couple of games I've had, the referee said, yeah, I'm a bit sore, a bit tight. It's like, be ready. I'm like, sure. Because I've always been AR1 then. It was Uga last week. It was Uga in round 2 at North Sunshine. It was Josh as well, like 2 weeks ago.
No, I've got stress fractures in my left foot at the moment, so it's been like just complicated. We'll be alright. So is Jock's game broadcasted? Yeah, it will be, yeah. Oh, fuck. Again? So. Yeah, I assume so, yeah. He loves it.
As in on TV or
YouTube?
I think
it's actually on TV.
I don't know,
they don't have it.
Because
it'll be Wednesday in 2 weeks. So not this Wednesday, next Wednesday.
End of August or?
No, next Wednesday. Boys, because I'm not going to do much more. If you want to go...
I'll do something then.
I'm not ready though, I want to do a bit of a warm-up too. Right? I got told off for not warming up the first season we brought in 40. Really? Rematch, not warming up. I remember you should warm up. When I was doing VAR stuff in Ballarat, and Morgs was the fourth official, he went for like a 3K run around while everyone was warming up for it. I don't think I'm that keen. I like to come out and stand and talk because it gets lonely. How you going, Josh? Good.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, there will be.
They're eavesdropping on Dynamo events. All right, 3, 2, 1. Mic's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fox Street. Churchill Reserve, a ground that Preston haven't visited since 2010 and haven't won at since 2005. Finally, these two sides come head-to-head here once more. It was a cracker last time out. Preston taking the Chockies. A stunning goal from Jason Romero in a 2-1 victory. We're going to start here with a minute's silence. Minute silence impeccably observed by a sizable crowd that's travelled here today. Dynamo home support very healthy. Preston away support, as always, coming out in numbers on a beautiful August day for football here in Melbourne. Ideal conditions for this 5 p.m. kickoff and for these two sides. Well, only a win will do to suit their aspirations. St Albans must win tonight to have any chance of qualifying for the top 6 and making up that gap to Hume City. Preston still chasing the possibility of a home final. If they're to overtake Oakley, they need to do the same. We'll take you through the team news. For Dynamo, 2 changes from the side that drew 2-2 against Green Gully last week. Gideon Arock is suspended after his red card. Josh Diven goes to the bench. In comes Mikael Platt into the attack, and James Exidius is recalled to the squad and straight into the starting lineup to start at right back. Marco Bullich between the sticks, Lockie Weir at left back, Fletcher McFarlane and the big name acquisition in the mid-season transfer window, Nick Ansell in the heart of defence. Joey Cholina, Oliver Dragicevic, who has turned heads all season with his performances, the 17-year-old. Josh Golevsky in the midfield, Joey Monek and Sean Rudzvidzo flank Platt in attack. For Preston, it's simple, an unchanged 11 from the side that defeated Melbourne victory by a 1-0 last week. Jonas Markovski with the stunning strike in that one. He starts today just behind Luke Francis in attack. On the flanks, John Albano and Leighton Brooks. In midfield, Luke Jego and Ollie Kubalay. Stefan Negro and Dom Felino are the fullbacks. Matt Bozanovsky and Aaron Anderson man the centre of defence. And Ryan Scott between the sticks. Again, an unchanged bench for Louis Atsevsky. Lucas Trenkovsky is the backup goalkeeper. Giorgio Serdenis, Connor Bell, Jake Tchaikovsky, Jason Romero and Brandon Lawton are the available subs. And we'll see if Jason Romero has another part to play today after his stunning goal the last time these two sides met. My name is Josh Parrish. Delighted to be joined this evening by Katie Lambeski. Katie, what a day for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looking forward to this one all week. Big time game with big time finals implications here on the line. Preston especially more hopeful of the two for those finals contentions, but this should be an absolute cracker. So much history, such two proud clubs and traditions right here in front of us, and it's going to be a fascinating 90 minutes.
Preston need to win tonight to shrink that gap to Oakley back to 4 points with 2 games to play. Oakley with a tough fixture list. That is still a possibility of Preston squeaking in. Also, they've got to worry about the teams behind them as well. There's an 8-point gap as it stands from St Albans to Hume. They can shrink that to 5 today. They will play Hume in one of their last 2 fixtures on the last day of the season, in fact. Preston have an early set-piece chance. Mikael Platt comes out with the ball. Polino taking no chances. Jolly, the young captain for Dinamo today, just 22 years of age. Joining the armband. He's been one of the mainstays of his midfield this season. Vizzo, Eagles past Negro. Negro tracking back to steal it off the Englishman's toes. Hasn't he been a dynamic inclusion to this St Albans team since his signing from Eastern Lions in the mid-season window, Katie?
Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed. We've looked at, looking at the impact of that mid-season or late-season transfer window can have more accurately. I think it's a real boon. It's worked out really well for Dinamo, just very similar to the way it did last year as well. It's an exciting talent. I'm looking forward to seeing what impact he can have here tonight.
He scored twice for his new club in just 4 appearances. Elevated to the starting lineup last week against Gully and got the assist for Joey Monnick's opening goal, although it was some strike. Free kick for Dinamo here. Jago late on the scene and Oli Tripicevic hacked down. There's Vizzo prompting the overlap, but Negro with alive to the danger. Preston ball is the verdict. Ross Clark, today's referee. Running the line, Luke Vera and Sebastian Sterrell. George Quartermain is the 4th official. Picked on by Francis, held up by Markovski. Doesn't have much room to work, but he shields the ball out for a Preston throw, and they gain some ground.
Very aggressive early on here from Preston, just trying to get some territory possession to dominate that early running. They'll like where they start games on their terms, and so far the early footing is all theirs.
I don't think the crowd that you can see on the far side of the pitch quite does justice to just how packed this place is now. If you look behind our broadcast position, this hillside is 8 to 10 people deep in all directions.
Absolutely. The travelling Preston fans making their presence felt just to the right of us. And of course the Dinamo fans just to the left of us as well. The hill is the place to be this evening, that is for sure.
To slide it through for Markovski, but Marko Bulic was swiftly off his line. Exhibited. To James Exidius. Feeds one up the line. Assistant from the near side has to take evasive action. Both coaches very vocal early on. Wants to stay outside their technical areas. Dragicevic. Rusvidzo wriggles free of 2 challenges, and he's past Anderson as well. Rusvidzo drives it across the box. Chance for an early shot for St Albans. Dribbling to traffic. It was Josh Galevsky who had the opportunity.
Really exciting stuff from Rusvidzo. They're just really light-footed, just making his way through multiple defenders, multiple markers at a time. He's very much looming as the Dynamo key to their attack here. Really dovetailing well with Golevsky so far.
There's a free exchange of positions there, isn't there? I mean, Rizzo starting as the nominal winger, but he'll drift into the number 10 role and vice versa. Here comes Albano for Preston. Wide by Exidius. He has won a corner. Which Luke Jego will take. Preston had an absolute barrage of corners against Melbourne Victory to no avail last week. We're hoping for more end product this time around. First effort is a short routine. Jego with the change of angle. It's missed everybody and behind for a goal kick. Preston on the run of 3 straight wins. They'll be heading us off the period of their fixture list. Unbeaten 8 games and won 4 of their last 5. They have been red hot in the second half of this season. And Mikael Platt has kept his balance well against Anderson. He cuts it back for Golevsky. Negro in the way. Put his body on the line. Dragicevic dribbling through. And stabs it through with his toe, but he can't find Mikael Platt. Ryan Scott donning the cap in the first half against the setting sun, which we love to see.
His football heritage, if you will.
Absolutely. Backed out by Foligno for a throw, and Preston can regroup, and Stefan Negro can get some attention after popping one in a vulnerable area, let's say.
It is the 3rd best defence in the league outside of the big 2 in Avondale and Roderberg. So if it tells you one thing about Preston, it's this season has been built off a really well-structured defence by Bodlowski and Anderson as well. And such a rock of a pairing has built a platform that is what should be a final spurt for Preston this year. They'll be key again tonight.
Very close to mathematically securing that as well. Hume and Danny City got this week. There's not much doubt that Preston will make the final. It's a question of what point and play in the finals. Elimination finals. Aaron Anderson clears the danger for a corner. Worth noting just how different this Churchill Reserve pitch is to Preston's home deck at Jenny Steele Stadium. One of the biggest pitches in the league. This might be the smallest. So no home comforts for the Lions today. Monek's in swinger. It's a good delivery too, and Bozanovsky, unsurprisingly, rises highest. Cholin. Rizvidzo going to step over. Very slippery dribble of Rizvidzo. To make the 1-2 work. Preston get enough bodies in the way. Rizvidzo. Dragicevic involved as well. Rizvidzo on the deck, couldn't keep it alive. Jego puts one in behind for Luke Francis to take. He will gather possession. Francis still. The second defender. Manages to steal it off his toe. Golevsky.
Off we go! Off you're out!
Preston high press wins it back. Maybe a Preston ball. Well done by Oli Kugler. Foligno needs a bit of movement in front of him, and he finds it in Koski. Retake for Foligno. Albano. Foligno's cross. Stands it up to the back stick. Lockie Weir defends that aerial ball really well. Oli Kugler puts it into an area. No white shirt was present. You mentioned Preston's solid defensive record, Katie. It's been quite the reverse story for Dynamo this season. Only the top 4 have scored more goals than them. Extraordinary for a side placed ninth in the league, only the bottom three have conceded more. So they've had the opposite problem.
Unfortunately, that's not a recipe for finals football. They've played a big role in shaping the top six, that's for sure, but that next step, I think, is where Dinamo, the coaching staff, and the squad as a whole would want to go to next. They've done very well just to arrest that slide. The form injuries conspired against them throughout that mid-season, and now 8 unbeaten. The Achilles heel pulling that defence.
The amount of times they've led in games and coughed up leads. And a real concern, but found their stride in the back half of the year, as they tend to do, as they did last season when they pulled off the great escape from relegation. Great ball from Albano, just a little overcooked for Brooks. Still Leighton Brooks goes to work. And Negro whips it in! Francis! 1-0! Luke Francis has his third Preston Lions goal, and he was never missing from that sort of range. What a ball in from Stefan Negro.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Stefan Negro plating up Luke Francis. All he had to do was eat, and that exactly is what he did. What an addition he has been, scoring for fun, scoring when he wants. That was exactly the start that Preston were after. That's a big moment in this game. Early blood, first strike goes to the Lions.
Waxing lyrical about St Albans' late season additions. Luke Francis has been a difference maker for Preston since his arrival. Not just the goals, but the structure he provides, the focal point in attack that Preston have really lacked all season. He's complemented the rest of their squad. And as you can see, when the ball's whipped into the 6-yard box like that, his aerial prowess is devastating. Preston with the perfect start away from home in a match that many at the club have pinpointed as a potential banana skin game. Attacking power of St Albans. This one is never going to be over until the final whistle sounds. Again, Rizvidzo wins another free kick. Preston really struggled to contain him when he runs with the ball.
Causing some early dramas, isn't he? And you said it, Josh, this was not fait accompli for Preston at all. This has all the makings of a very troublesome fixture for them on the road, against it, on very different surrounds as well. Great conditions for football, mind you, but this is very much Dinamo's domain. Rizvidzo again trying to make something up here.
Rizvidzo. Dragicevic. Great feet from Oli Dragicevic. Monek. Dragicevic again. Cholina. Rips the ball over the head of Markovsky. Intelligently done. Monek. Drive in field. First time ball from Dragicevic. Finds Cholina. Folino arriving at speed, puts it out for a corner. Now think about the short one. Monek will assess his options in the middle.
Not shy making a forward run, isn't he, Joe Cholina? An absolute key and game breaker for Dinamo through the midfield.
It's an awkward bouncing ball for Luke Jago, and the ball's actually going out for another Dinamo corner. Monek again. Back post delivery, headed away by Bozanovsky. Taken on the chest by Cholina. The appeal's not heeded for handball. Francis. That's a marvel. Albano will go at Exidius. Albano inside onto his right, and it flashes across goal. Chan Albano so close to doubling Preston's lead.
For all money from our angle, that looked like it was heading straight to the bottom right corner there. That was an absolutely gorgeous ball from Francis to release Albano there. He's direct, very much direct, very much able to turn defences around as Jean Albano. That's a very good let off though for Dinamo. They'll take a moment just to reassess here. They'll go short. Yes! Dinamo. Living a little bit dangerously. Francis pressing there.
Here comes Kubalay. Jago. Bajic, cleared by Ansel. Kubalay climbing high. Albano. Oh, and Ansel does terrifically well, showing his years of experience.
Luke Jago never shy as well, making that forward run from the middle. Absolute energizer bunny.
Foligno. Kubalay loops it down the line. Jim with the left from Foligno. Near Preston ball. The touch from Kubalay.
Come! Good boy, bravo!
Albano. Markovsky. Back to Albano. Jago sizes up the cross. Francis was lurking. McFarlane. There's the danger once and twice. Third header away from McFarlane. Preston peppering the penalty area now. Now Platt has won the ball fairly. Dragicevic. Can't pick out the man in blue. Charges in to make the tackle. Now threaded down the line from Moyak, who goes down under the challenge of Bozanovsky, and he can't believe it.
Very much a professional forwards run there from Joey Monek. Knew how to make an absolute nuisance of himself for Bozanovsky. And it works to his advantage for Dragicevic to take this one.
Huge set piece chance for Dinamo now.
Matt Gulevsky lurking. He cancelled too.
Dragicevic could even go for goal on this angle. Seen him score spectacular goals this season. It's floated rather harmlessly towards the back stick. Comfortable playing for Ryan Scott.
Ollie, it's got to be with pace, yeah? Next one, Ollie, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Francis puts the header on. Cholina. Dragicevic couldn't keep it. Gulevsky stretching. Just felt he was shoved in the back. No foul calls. Ross Clark letting the game fly. McFarlane. Weir.
That's when they look their best, hasn't it? Just in terms of setting up and setting up the park and being really aggressive on the front foot. The pressing game is where Preston have looked absolutely on point. Needs movement up ahead though for these throw-ins.
Negro. Kubalay. Loses out. Step forwards towards Flats. So good with his back to goal. Albano for company as he finds the gap. Platt. Blowing move from St Albans. Make it happen. Front half of the pitch.
Joey, stay wide! Joey, stay wide!
Jolin. Gulevsky. It's Vidzo. Off is wide. Yeah. Lurking on the overlap. Weir slides it down the line. It's too heavy for Rusvidzo. Conservative choice of pass from Rusvidzo. You expect him to go at his man in that situation, as he has done so often.
Get lucky to give it and to actually go. When he goes to
That's
short,
the thing, you really can't allow yourself to get into that no man's land. You really have to attack the game. If you're indecisive, you will be caught out, especially at this level.
go, go, John, go, go! Go, John!
Levski's flicked header. Bellino will clean up. Trolling.
Good, Joey!
Platts.
Jago!
Bogicevic. Konowski, the hopeful switch. Jago battled really well to win that. Here comes Markovski, the man in form. 2 goals in his last 3 appearances. He gets it back off Albano. Markovski slides it across the box, not enough on it. Scuff cross. Bellino. Jago pokes it through. Flag stays down on Markovski. Albano. Can he get a shot away? Parried and pounced on by Marko Bulic.
Look, let's go! Come on!
Albano. I've had a couple already today.
No wasted motion from Albano ever. Is there just really aggressive in the way he attacks the game. Direct kind of winger. Equally as comfortable in central positions as well. He's done really well with Markovski this evening.
And Albano had his heels clipped. Assistant was playing the foul. Looks like Ross Clark's overruled his assistant there. Bellino up the line.
Let's go!
Winning the free kick.
Lukey! Work!
Still trying to play their way through these congested areas. That sort of football that we haven't seen from St Albans in their time in the NPL. Still Cam Watson's arrival in the dugout. Traditionally been a pretty rough and tumble team on a bobbly Churchill reserve pitch. Some revolutions changed all that. Great challenge for Bellino. This is his only option. Stepping in. Confidently done from Cholly.
As you like, Nick Ansell. Excellent point in terms of Cam Watson changing the nature and the identity of this side. Really putting his imprint on this club in a playing sense. The days of plucky Dinamo, physical plucky Dinamo, while there is still the calling card of that, there is still very much old trademarks of that. This is a different team. Very much in Cam Watson's image.
Ansell. It's into space for Goletsky and Chase. Aaron Anderson doing really well. Gained his spot in the starting lineup after Tchaikovsky was suspended and picked up a 5th yellow card, and Preston have won every game since. So Goliaseski not wanting to change a winning team. Poor giveaway from Jago. Exidius. Platts. Shimmies back onto his right. Monek. Steps across goal. Platt could have tried to work a shooting opportunity there. Definitely a team first forward, sometimes to his detriment.
Good.
Kubalay. Thumping switch for Brooks. Two lofted, two straight. Marco
Hey,
Bullich,
hey,
an
let's
easy
go.
claim.
It's coming, come on. Join us. Join us. Let him press the get out again. Turn a little closer.
Vidzo skipping past Diego. Another free kick. Bench making the point. There's some repeat fouling going on.
Take off.
Weird in
Jimmy, take off.
fairly non-threatening areas of the park.
Go, 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 go. Go.
Dragicevic.
Good. Retain it. Retain it. Bend it.
Goes to show you how Preston are well attuned to that threat that Rizvizo can provide. You don't want him getting into any kind of clear space, any kind of open areas, and they're going to try and snuff that out at any opportunity. It's just not going to allow him to come back either like an outlet. It's not going to allow him that opportunity to connect with them. So as cynical as one might deem it to be, all's fair in love in NPL Victoria.
Now come out. Ollie, get on it.
Unless it's the same player or on the same player, you can't start dishing out yellow cards. Repeat fouling. Rizvizo. Accurate switch of play by the Insidious. Now the run of Cholina. Has his sights set on goal. That looked bound for the top corner. For a intervention by Anderson, however inadvertent. He's caught one in the head, and that's a painful knock.
It takes a lot to knock someone of that size and stature down, Aaron Anderson. I tell you what, a little bit worse for wear. You'll need a moment or two to recover from that. Back on his feet, very fortunately.
Looking back at the replay, he saw the shot coming, he didn't back away. It's brave defending.
Right in the line of fire he was.
Short routine, Cholina, Rizvizo with a chance to shoot. He plays it over the bar. Tom Foligno got to him in time, not enough to block the shot, but enough to put him off.
Good legs. Go.
That ability to absorb pressure, Preston is showing that and displaying that very much so in these exchanges. The tip just before the half-hour mark here at Fox Street.
It's as if Dynamo have had more chances, but Preston have had much higher quality chances.
Absolutely.
Difference between the two sides. Francis with a solitary goal so far. It's been a corker on a Sunday evening in NPL Victoria. What a weekend we've had. Vucevic collected by Markovski. Rizvizo drifting centrally again. Wisniewski couldn't keep it. Some defending to do here, Preston. Platt drifting wide. Inside to Rizvizo. Still Sean Rizvizo. Rolled back from Marek. Milevski. Who's going to shoot? It's Weir. Oh, they were lining up and getting in each other's way.
Deary me. Still the positive remains for Dynamo that they're getting the ball into dangerous areas, but they just need to take the shot when it presents itself. A little bit more decisiveness in front of goal.
It's all been Sean Rizvizo. Clearly the danger man for Preston shut down. That decision, but there was some contact on Markovski.
Doing his duty and backtracking there, Jonas Markovski. Team defensive there overall here for Preston Lions. Quick around the grounds update, South Melbourne taking a 1-0 lead at home against Gully just past the half-hour mark. Another final shaking contest there, if you will.
Areas, yeah? Can't be in here all the time when you're trying. Fill up the park.
Dragicevic back to Marko Bulic. Jego. Cholina takes over and picks out Joey Monek. Cholina. Cleverly done. Platts out to Weir. Dragicevic. Rizvidzo. Kubalay hacks it clear.
Dragicevic there, getting into some good spaces in between the lines, but they just need someone on the end of that. They need a forward just to take this game by the absolute scruff and give some direction there.
Francis. Dragicevic. Platts. To Rizvidzo. Mikael Platt, the burst of pace. Matt Bozanowski puts paid to that.
Brilliant football all around there. Bozanowski, brilliant to race off the line. Platt getting between the lines. And he's proving, he's attempting still to be that one that holds that attack all together. Just needs a few runners off him just to try and get onto that. You're going to try to get that distribution going.
Exidius. Monek. Monek going at Foligno. Joey Monek. Foligno got a piece of it. Now, plenty of white shirts defending their own box as well. Francis. Tidy footwork from the big man. Foligno. Oh, brilliant layoff from Markovski. And Luke Francis is on his bike. Jim McFarlane sliding in to make the interception. Bring a halt to the Preston counter. That was so sharp the way Markovski got his body in front of the defender.
Brilliant, brilliant, and he's really doing well in that tandem with Luke Francis up top. Spot on. A lot of work off the ball and a lot of work on it as well. That that counter game of Preston, just as adept as their pressing game too. Markovski again.
Markovski, sight set on goal. Never looked in danger of troubling Bulic. Try and counter quickly. St Albans. Rizvidzo. So hard to dispossess. Stefan Negro.
What he's doing is great.
Not happy with the decision.
Joey, stay there, Joey. Good. Oh, it's okay, Joey. Give it to him.
Cholina. Just overcooks it for Monek.
Okay, Joseph, it's okay. You're allowed one bad one, man. It's fine. You're allowed one bad one. Let's go.
Had the right intention there, didn't he? Just the execution lacking. I think that's the story of Dinamo's half. Really close game being played out here.
A yellow card dished out for Luke Francis. Markovski attacking that one. McFarlane throwing his body at it as well. And Dragicevic intelligently knocks it into touch. Yeah, it was the intentional handball from Luke Francis that's in the eye of Ross Clark. It's pretty blatant as well. Had a couple of audacious intentional handballs in this competition. Anthony Lesiotis booked yesterday for Heidelberg for leaping Superman style in front of a throw-in.
Lucky Joey. Okay, good.
And Collins, of course, saving one on the line. Brilliant goalkeeping reflexes. Unfortunately, he's the starting central defender. Hansel, Cholina, Francis and outs. Preston will be relatively pleased with this. They've got St Albans where they want them. Despite the lion's share of possession in the last 15 minutes, being for the boys in blue. A few complaints from the Dynamo bench about perceived shirt pulling. Yes, uncontested header for Bozinovski. Platz. Drop deep to intercept. Now he tears into the box. Dragicevic. Out to Weir to cross. Lockie Weir swings it in. There was only one player in the 6-yard box for St Albans to target. I think that's exactly what the Dynamo bench is saying to Mikael Platt. You're the big man. Get in the mixer.
Have to attack. You have to attack it when you're in that space.
Francis spreads it wide. Kubele.
Mickey!
Joey Monek beating the offside trap. Is he? No, flags up.
Mick, if it goes there, get in the box.
It's difficult to tell from our angle just how close that was.
Very close from first sight there. But again, the call from Mikael Platt to attack the box and to really attack the goal. Leading the line tonight. Has Golevsky for company, but he just needs to be that guy to hold it together for Dynamo up top.
Flicked on by Markovski. Bit of space for Albano. Too high for Leighton Brooks, who was arriving late from the right wing. Oh, really well won back by Brooks. Rizvidzo recovers. Negro. Chiego. It's taken well on the chest by Exidius. And Foligno, a bit clumsy there, shoved Monac over.
Let's go! Wait!
Poor giveaway from Ansel of all players. Cholina. Turned over by Dragicevic. He goes Kubele. Out to Albano. Albano swings it in. Markovski was arriving. Now Francis contesting the loose ball, but it's out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Just wisely sat off there, did Markovski, just allow Francis to run and attack that ball.
Preston getting a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Which I suppose is the flanky target with Exidius being the replacement player, covering for Gideon Arrock, who is suspended. He hasn't played a heap of football recently, James Exidius. Going to be tested again here, but he's up to the test this time. Albano's just been full of running this evening so far. Cholin. Hansel, Cholina, Galevsky. Keeps his balance. Cholina. McFarlane. It's a fluffed pass from Fletcher McFarlane. Might work out for Dynamo. Not quite. Negro being chased down by Rizvidzo. Surely Brooks would have been offside. He's opted not to involve himself in the play.
Rizvidzo caught a little wide there on that transition.
Guard him, Joey! Guard him, Joey!
Here goes Monek. 1v1 with Foligno again. Cut back to Galevsky. He was off balance. The ball bobbled as he hit it. Preston fans making their voices heard.
Absolute gorgeous twilight descending over Fox Street this evening. Capping off a gorgeous day here in Melbourne. Not a breath of wind at all here as well, so perfect football conditions.
They're spoiled this weekend. Had some harsh winter nights up here in the commentary gantry, but we get into August and September, final season. Where would you rather be? Doherty Cup final coming up next weekend, of course. Heidelberg versus South Melbourne. And both the Doherty Cup and the Nike FC Cup. Markovsky's flicked header. Oh, ask the question of Bullich. He's missed it. Open goal for Leighton Brooks. Preston make it 2 in the shadows of half-time. And Leighton Brooks will hardly score an easier goal than that.
Making them pay. Leighton Brooks. Deary me, Marko Bullich is caught out there looking to clear the ball. He misreads it and just allows Brooks to do the rest. He can't ask for much more than that. He can't ask for an easier goal. That's some excellent work by Markovsky to flick that one on, by the way.
He didn't have to come charging out like that. He could have just waited for the ball to bobble into his box, I think. Such an impulsive decision from Bullich, and that's a horror moment. Well done to Leighton Brooks. Right place, right time, and he kept his cool.
He had defensive cover there too. He had teammates scrambling across the cover, did Bullich. A moment of madness there for the keeper.
Leighton Brooks continues his habit of scoring big goals for Preston. 8 so far this season. Top scorer in the team. They haven't been tap-ins either. Most of them have been from outside the box. Spectacular chips over the on-rushing goalkeeper. Free kicks. About time he was gifted an open net. Little nutmeg from Monek. The touch went out of his control. Helped on by Brooks. Preston have just been the savvier side in this first half. St Albans have played some good football, but nothing to show for it. It's been such a mature, disciplined performance from the Lions.
Very much a classic road performance, a classic away performance thus far from Louis Artevsky's side.
Monek. Lino stays with him. Ross Clark dashing out of the way as Dragicevic sizes up the shot. Defender got a piece of it. Dynamo corner.
Quick around the grounds as the nears half-time at Lakeside Stadium. Eliawan Kifle equalising for Green Gully, cancelling out that penalty from Nagamatsu for South Melbourne. Super Sunday here on the NPL Victoria YouTube streams.
Monek's corner. Ooh, Galevsky almost connecting with it. It was just out of his reach. Really good shape on it from Joey Monek. Now the fourth official's board is held up by Will Quartermain. 2 minutes signalled at the end of this first half. It's such an entertaining game so far.
Definitely. Preston's quality just edging out Dynamo thus far, just the decisiveness and I guess the quality of the chances rather than the quantity really being the story for Macedonia this half.
Kowski copping one in the back of the head. Shaking that contact off as Albano. Oh, brilliant defending from Ansell. McFarlane. Kubalay, cracking interception. And Leighton Brooks just lost control of the ball and could only foul Rizvidzo. Dynamo will get another free kick. A clash of heads. Is that Aaron Anderson who's down?
Ansel! Just wait. See what happens. Wait.
Preston calling for the physio. That is Anderson. I think that's the second head knock he's had in the half, so that's a real concern.
Not something to mess around with, knowing what we know about concussion these days especially. Back on his feet now.
Well, we're almost at the half-time whistle, so he'll get a chance to get assessed and Preston won't have to make that decision. Straight away, Jake Tchaikovsky, the obvious replacement. I'm sure Aaron Anderson will want to continue if he's able to do so. Platt and Ansell forward from the free kick. Claimed comfortably by Scott, and Ross Clark brings a halt to proceedings at the end of the first half. A textbook away display from the Preston Lions. They kept Dynamo at arm's length and taken their chances. A thumping header from Luke Francis from a brilliant Stefan Negro cross. And then a horror moment from Marko Bulic to end the first 45, coming well outside his box, fluffing his clearance and leaving Leighton Brooks with an open net from 15 metres out. Katie, what have you made of the first 45? Preston.
Let's go!
Very smart just in the way that they've conserved their energy almost. The pressing game has been fantastic. The transition game has been fantastic when it's called upon. They're playing it on their terms. And Dynamo, they still have something in the tank, I feel, but just they're being the quality and they're being outplayed just in the key moments. This all smells of a big Preston win to finish out the 90 minutes, but I may be proven incorrect.
Well, St Albans are the one team that can throw a spanner in the works. They're a bit of a chaos team that can stage incredible comebacks, so it's not over till it's over at Churchill Reserve. Stay with us on the NPL Victoria live stream. The halftime score, St Albans Dynamo 0, Preston Lions 2.
So then, like I bent over to try and I thought it was a dock. You know if I played this dock? So I thought fucking don't bring my son ears. It doesn't look too bad now. What time now? I'll be running by now. Can you take it to the scaffold? Oh, I can, but I've just left it on the bottom. I had it underneath the scaffold, but
Oh, I see where it is. I've got to do highlights. Would you mind if I just like recording? Just because I might need to rebalance the audio for the goal because the effects is too loud. I know they come from two separate channels. Luckily, you couldn't really tell on the screen because the X-Men Sportscast kept playing audio, so you just can't laugh. But it rebooted in like 3 or 4 seconds. Yeah, it's because I had like 2 clips of these guys. You had those and I had mine going. I tried to keep the level of like relatively like
a bit above normal. Stretching is not. No, stretching, that's why you're on stretching, so there's possible. That's the shot.
there's a chance to take a flicker.
We don't go there. I feel like you know how I put my bomb?
make changes, Kim?
Let's go!
Welcome back to Churchill Reserve, where it's Preston Lions leading 2-0 away to St Albans. Poised for their first win at this venue since 2005. St Albans unbeaten in 8. In 4 of their past 5 games, they've been in red-hot form, but they've got a mountain to climb in this second half. Preston have been forced into a half-time change. Aaron Anderson, who received his second head knock of the afternoon late in the piece, has been replaced by Jake Tchaikovsky. Preston taking no chances. Those two have traded the central defensive position alongside Matt Bozanovsky all season, so no qualms about Tchaikovsky stepping into that role. My name's Josh Parrish. Katie Lambeski alongside me. I've done better introductions. But Katie, the first half of this game has been a real barn burner. Can Dynamo make something of it, though?
I mean, they're going to have to be a lot more decisive in front of goal. They're going to have to create a better quality of chance, I think, in order to turn this one around. Right now, 6 shots on target, 6 shots for Preston, 4 of which were on target. The quality of the chances is going the way of Preston, so that has to change. They have to deny those opportunities and also get themselves going. Rusvidzo, I think, is still the main man for them. To me, I think he looms as the game breaker. Dynamo are going to get anything out of this, but I don't know. I think they've got a big mountain to climb ahead of them this second 45.
We know they can score goals. But Preston have a fine defensive record. 3rd strongest in the competition. Kept them at bay so far. Making the first foray forward. Disappointed size on the bench as Jake Tchaikovsky intercepts the cross. Cholina. Platts. Headed forward by Markovsky. Insel steps in. Dragicevic. Goes over. Cholina. Here comes Galevsky playing in Monek. Jego away from danger. Well held up by Francis. Brooks is on the charge. Can Markovsky find him? It's a brilliant ball from Markovsky. Brooks! Parried into the side netting by Bulich. What an incisive breakaway.
Held for him perfectly. He did it at the ball from Markovsky, just hanging on the air just to allow Brooks enough time to take that, collect it, and just really like a tracer bullet to the bottom right-hand corner. Michael Bulich up to the task, though.
He'll be eager to make amends for his first half blunder. Great stop. Simple but devastating from Preston in transition. What can they do from the set piece? Floater from Jego. It's straight to the goalkeeper. Bulich gets the counter-attack underway. Chance for the cross. Platts in the middle here. Oh, and Scott. Great reflexes with the feet to bat that one away.
What a luxury it is, by the way, to attract the quality of someone of a Ryan Scott in the late season transfer window. Nevertheless, that is the kind of signing that can really bolster your finals credentials even further than what Preston were already at the time.
I know that come finals time, he'll be a key contributor. 2-time Jimmy Rooney medalist for player of the game on grand final day. 2017 and 2019 with the Bentley Greens before embarking on his A-League adventure. 67 A-League appearances across his time at Western United and Newcastle Jets. Preston have secured themselves a blue chip goalkeeper, especially at NPL level. Turned over in the middle of the park, Dragicevic. Cholina stretched but couldn't keep possession as Luke Jago advanced. Jago gives Brooks something to chase. He'll avoid the concession of the goal kick. Darkness has descended on Churchill Reserve in this twilight fixture. A relief for Marko Bulic, who doesn't have to don the cap as Ryan Scott did in the first half. Negro's throw. Back by Dinamo. Wrestled to the ground, and Matt Bozanovsky is going to go into the book here. And Ross Clark signalling it is for repeat fouling. It's something we suspected the referee would clamp down on in the second half, Katie.
Yeah, and rightly so too. Ross Clark, one of the best we've got, I think, at this level, wasn't going to stand for that much longer, you would have thought.
Preston did make a number of tactical fouls in the first half to prevent Dinamo's progress, particularly in transition. They've been smart about where they've made them, but now the offences have stacked up. Bozanovsky, no danger of a suspension. He's already served a ban this season. That's his sixth booking of the campaign. He's walking the tightrope now. McFarlane. Picked off by Markovski. Brooks clips one into space for Albano. Brooks arriving at the far post. Francis at the near. And he couldn't contort his body in time for that one. Just wrong foots the Englishman at the front stick. Big chance goes begging for Preston.
Potential flashpoint in the game, that's for sure. The transition game of Preston once again coming to the fore. Being crucial to the way that they have attacked this game and the way that they have set up.
Negro felt he was held. Play signalled on by Ross Clark. Rusvidzo. Still going Rusvidzo. Stands it up to the back post. Couldn't find a teammate. Now Francis. Set Preston away on the counter. A difficult ball. Only Kubalay to measure.
Preston is caught out of shape there, and if you had Luke Jago not been there to cover off that space, you're dealing with an opening there. Rusvidzo now trying to do the same again on the left.
He's past Negro this time. Rusvidzo, another defender coming across. Preston have keyed in on him as the main man, as you might expect, and Ollie Kubalay was the player getting in front of the shot. McFarlane. Weir. Ball into the feet of Platts. Dinamo building in confidence. They combine on the edge of the area, but it breaks down. Hard work at the base of midfield from Jago and Kubalay, shielding the back four. Markovski. No look pass out to Brooks. Swings it in. Francis was perched and ready, but James Exidius tucking in to assist his central defence. In fact, it was Joey Cholina. Morning. Doesn't reach Dragicevic. Oh, that's a blatant shirt pull from Ansell, and he'll go into the book.
The veteran instincts of Nick Ansell there. On full display, that was as clear as you like, even from our vantage point here. Preston wasting little time, though.
Brooks nearly took it out of the sky, that first touch, and couldn't beat his marker. Oh, the little nutmeg from Negro. How about that? Can't find a teammate in the middle, as he did for Preston's first goal. Good instincts from Francis as well to give us a couple of flailing limbs and drive the point home.
Expressive, if you will.
Absolutely. Got to draw the referee's attention to these things. Kublai. Oh, John Albano going for the spectacular. Even for him, that's a 1 in 100 sort of chance. And got underneath at that time.
Shoulders. Mix, you can get that.
Terrible ball from McFarlane.
They got to switch on. They can't be bouncing passes like that across the defensive half. They need to be sharp here.
Rizvidzo's dropped deep this time. Negro's followed him all the way. Lucky Weir flips it back to his goalkeeper.
Negro very much understanding the assignment there.
Dragicevic. Sends Exidius away down the right. Mornek left it. Mikel Platt. That's stolen off his toe by Jego. Fans appealing for the back pass. Don't think the players were credibly doing so. Scott taking his time over the kick, just complaining that Platt was standing in the area. Jego's header. Kublai slides it in behind. Albano flags up.
Let's go. Steph!
Matt Bojanovski just won the yellow card, conceding that early on in this half. You know, Preston already down one centre half this evening. If you are Dinamo, you would have to look to attack him as much as possible. Get physical, just get under his skin and just don't allow him a moment's peace. They might be able to do so here through Wire. Negro holding space really well, though.
Good balance from Rizvidzo again. Foligno's done a great job on Mornek all evening. Especially given the form that Joey Mornek has been in recently. The Dinamo stalwart, approaching 150 NPL Victoria appearances for this club, which is no mean feat.
Ridiculous numbers, and as loyal as they come, isn't he, Joey Mornek? Through the Kruni Razov era, through this new era that Dinamo in now, he's been a constant throughout. Big kudos to him.
McFarlane.
Trouble!
Weir. Rizvidzo left it short. Jego couldn't keep it. Rizvidzo. It's a bit of a wasted ball from the Englishman that time. Tough ask getting the ball back off the hill sometimes. Dragicevic. Heavy touch from Mornek. And now Cam Watson has seen enough. Double change for Dinamo. Josh Dibben will come on. So too Lucas Burns. Joey Mornek has been withdrawn. And Mikael Platt will go to the bench as well from the looks of things. So a straight swap. 2 changes in the front line. Divin through the middle. Burns on the right. He makes his injury return after pulling out in the warm-up against Green Gully, Lucas Burns. Whereas Divin has been a regular goal scorer. And an outright wrecking ball up top for the Saints. Tireless worker, really physical presence, bustling striker. A little bit of a different profile to Platt. See what he can do here. Josh Divin hits the deck. Dynamo screaming for a penalty, but the ball was played cleanly. And Brooks isn't going to get there. Loses his footing in the tussle with Lockie Weir. He's also getting into it with the Preston substitutes.
Those hands are rated E for everyone right now. Dynamo, I like this change from Cam Watson. I like this. Lucas Burns particularly, someone who is very direct and aggressive as well. Josh Divin offering up that focal point, fresh legs. This could be a turning point in the game.
Just looking back at the replay, it's an unbelievable tackle from Luke Jago, who's run his socks off. Getting back to cover. The situation is why he's wearing the captain's armband.
That's his calling card, isn't it? Even from his days back at Gully, returning to the NPL through Green Gully across the road. Quality player, quality performer, hard-working, energetic on and off the ball. Preston reaping the rewards of that in that moment.
Here goes Brooks. There's Vidzo. Sean Vidzo. Marvellous work to win it back and keep it. Divin with the layoff. No way past big Matt Bozanovsky. So have to switch on here. 1 goal for Dynamo. And the tails will be up. The rear guard has held firm so far, even despite being forced to make the half-time change in central defence. Exidius. Galevsky. Burns. To Exidius. Now Burns again. Divin offering to feet. Exidius' first touch let him down there. Lucas Burns jinking down the line. No way through. Advantage signalled by Ross Clark as Francis puts it into space. Here goes Brooks. If he touch down the line, Brooks will square it. And Nick Ansell takes the safe option. Behind for a corner.
Shorty, they're going to come out, yeah?
Well, that's the bind that Dynamo are in. They have to pile forward and take risks. But every time Preston win it, it's into the feet of Francis, bounce pass, and away they go.
They're going to have to scramble. Dynamo are going to have to scramble in those scenarios. They're doing well at that, to be honest. And Francis is causing them a lot of nightmares, just dropping into that mid, dropping deeper into those spaces, just allowing that space in behind for Brooks and even Negro to attack at different times too. This is just a well-rounded Preston team in the way that they've got that transition going. They could easily add a third.
3 forward for Dynamo off this set piece. 4 waiting back for Preston. They're not willing to go 1v1. Francis rising well. Couldn't get enough purchase on the header. Brooks, the other goal scorer. Negro. His trip there. The foul from vantage point, but officials in a much better position. There's Vidzo dropping deeper and deeper in search of possession. Lockie Weir now copping the boos from the Preston supporters. After his little altercation with Brooks a few moments ago. Dragicevic Played off towards Diven. Gillespie's in the middle. Still Josh Diven. Shout for handball against Jego. Came at him at point-blank range, it seems.
Really enjoying Luke Francis's game this evening. What a type of signing that again defines your late season, defines your finals campaign. To be honest, we know Preston's struggles in front of goal at different times this season. I think he's going a long, long way to curing that. He's doing really well alongside Josh Markovsky and Jonas Markovsky, and forming a really good understanding there. Fantastic to watch.
One back by Jego. The outside of the boot from Markovsky. Curls back into Gian Albano's path. Markovsky again. Goes to the byline. And it's safely into the gloves of Bullich, but they're trying to chip crosses into that near post area for Francis to attack. It's already reaped dividends tonight. Burns. Well, he's fleet of foot, isn't he, Lucas Burns? And it's the Preston midfield tracking back, covering in those situations. Time it was Ollie Kubele, I believe. Oh, Bullich! Oh, not again! Marco Bullich has spilled it! And then comes up with the big save to deny Albano. Almost another act of charity.
Nearly another moment of madness there. Marco Bullich was able to recover well.
It was a terrible back pass for him, to be fair. It's come at him at knee height. Taking a bad bobble. Nearly made an absolute meal of that. Looking at the replay, a little bit more charitable to him than the first one. That is a horrible bounce.
Did well to scramble back though and just saves the animal splashes there. Again, just still very much in Preston's hands, this contest is. Connor Bell and Giorgio Sardenis, particularly in an attacking sense, options in the offing for Louis Yatsevsky.
I imagine Connor Bell in particular would relish the chance to run at a tired Dynamo backline in transition. It's Melbourne's own super sub, Lucas Burns, who's making things happen at the moment. Burns into the front post. Ryan Scott, safe pair of hands. A word to the wise from Louis Yatsevsky to Leighton Brooks on the near side, but Connor Bell just mentioned his name. He's ready to come on.
Say his name and he appears.
Diven. Cut back. Negro well positioned. Preston's number 10 ready to make his introduction. Celebrated his 100th game for the club midway through this season. For Preston at every level through their rise in the pyramids.
We're holding. Nice stuff.
Since the State League 1 days in 2019. Despite defending a corner, they're going to make the change anyway. Louis Yatsevsky wants to make the change, he won't be allowed to. Exidius offering shorts. Exidius on the spin. Ricochets to Ansel. Exidius again, stands it up to the back post. Gillespie's header. And hacked away. Bozanovsky. Rusvidzo. Cleanly won by Markovski. Brooks away from Lockie Weir. Still Leighton Brooks. Back to Jonas Markovski. Can he get the shot away? Markovski! And that should do it for Preston. Jonas Markovski cannot stop scoring.
A fit in form, Jonas Markovski is a scary proposition for any side in the NPL Victoria, and that should show you why. What a finish to the bottom left-hand corner. Had the space, but just didn't blaze away, held his position, took the time just to steady up and just lashes it past Bullish to the bottom left-hand corner with a little bit of violence there too. 3 is sweet. Jonas Markovski on the score sheet for Macedonia. The fans appreciate that very much.
He has found his feet for the Preston Lions in the last few weeks. A belter to win it against Melbourne Victory. And now such a confident strike. How often have we seen players blaze away first time from that sort of position? Instead, he takes the touch wider, gets his body over the ball, and wallops it into the bottom corner. Changes on both benches. Connor Bell comes on for Leighton Brooks. His last action is to tee up that goal. And number 7, Nicholas Cook, is on for Dinamo. By process of elimination, I believe it's Dragicevic who's come off.
Yeah. Confirmed there just by the assistant referee this evening. Unfortunately, he's been quite, I think he just got overrun at different times. He was getting in between the lines. He was really, I think, especially in those early exchanges, I think Dinamo's real main, I guess, playmaker, main fulcrum in an attacking sense, but just hasn't quite come off on that final touch, that final pass, if you will. That kind of sums up Dinamo's night.
The early goal has just given Preston the luxury playing on the break. The onus has been on St Albans all night to try and make something happen in attack. Preston have lapped up that space on the other end when they've won the ball. Collected for Preston. Francis has threaded it through. Ollie Kubele gets back to his feet. Markovski. Dribble back into traffic. Now he tees up Albano for the cross. Misses everybody. I don't think they're used to the pitch dimensions here at Dinamo. So much narrower than the usual playing deck at BT Connor.
It brings many visiting teams undone. Just the dimensions of this pitch, this unique surrounds that proves to be Fox Street. Churchill Reserve, very much a Dinamo stronghold, and you really need to be on point to get on top here.
Makes Stefan Nigro's cross in the first half so impressive. It's so hard to hit a cross with that much whip and pace on it that doesn't miss everybody in the box. And this narrow playing surface. Markovski drills it in. Francis, too hot to handle. He'll tee up Albano from the angle. Albano hooks it back in. Oh, Dom Foligno was arriving. Dom Foligno has never scored for the Preston Lions. Fancied himself a chance. Getting on the end of that one.
He's been solid defensively, hasn't he, Foligno? And that would have capped off a pretty fair night from him, to be honest.
Weir's ball in, looking for Diven. It's a proper atmosphere here at Churchill Reserve tonight.
Do not adjust your screens, ladies and gentlemen.
This is indeed semi-pro football with a soundtrack to accompany it. It's just rollicking. Preston away supporters have come out in droves. It's kicked off. Poor pass from Exidius. Francis spreading the play out to Albano. Albano tried to beat the goalkeeper at his near post. Wasn't enough purchase on the strike. And Giorgio Serdenis and Jason Romero are ready to come on for Preston. Finally, they've got an almost fully fit list and strength and depth. Ooh, here's Lucas Burns. It's past Felino. Again, Luke Jego offering cover. He's been the understated hero of this performance, Luke Jego. Just in a defensive sense, every time a fullback gets beaten or there's a ball into the area, it seems like Jego is the man on the scene.
It just also sets the table for that transition game of Preston to come to the fore, to be honest. His discipline and his energy, to be honest, I fancy him as one of the team of the week so far.
Back towards Cholina. Skullwards into the massive bodies in front of him. Markovsky sent it long. Bell and Albano sniffing around for an errant pass, but it doesn't come from Dinamo this time. Exidius. Cholina. Monek. Rosvidzo helps it through. Return pass from Cook. Couldn't find him. Jego. Francis pounces on the loose ball. Back heel to Markovsky. Those two are developing quite a nice understanding. Markovsky will leave it for Felino. Rolls towards the corner flag. Felino a little telegraph to check back onto his right. Defense had the better of him. That man again, Luke Jego, scrambling back. Cleverly reading the free kick. He's going to be sore tomorrow. Here comes that double change from Preston. Giorgio Serdenis will replace Jonas Markovsky, who's done his job tonight. Hammers home the third, potentially sealing goal for the Preston Lions.
Also give me applause from the visiting Preston Macedonia fans this evening.
Luke Francis, the other player replaced, so a double change up top. Here comes Dennis and Romero. Plenty of handshakes and hugs and congratulations for the pair of them, both of whom are on the score sheet tonight. They've been brilliant.
They have, what an understanding that they've been able to form in pretty quick time.
This is Negro. Daisy cutter along the deck. No trouble for Bullich that time. Rosvidzo. Divin. Cholina. Ansel. No way past Felino. Rosvidzo. Walewski only succeeded in keeping it in play for Felino to knock it forwards. It'd be a fool's errand for Sir Dennis, though.
Quick around the ground update as well. Still 1-1 at Lakeside between South Melbourne and Gully. 78 minutes gone there.
It's a result that does nothing for Green Gully or really either side. South Melbourne. One eye on the Doherty Cup final. This looks like the end of St Albans finals hopes for 2025. It was an unlikely dream based on the relegation trouble they were in halfway through the season. They finished strong again. Platform to build on for next year. They grab a goal here. Weir's cross. Drops for Rizvidzo. to Exidius. Exidius! Fingertip save from Scott.
Hasn't been called on a lot this evening, has Ryan Scott, but in that instance he had to step up. That was a low tracer bullet there from James Exidius. Can see the corner.
Looks like Brandon Lawton might be getting ready to come on, perhaps. We'll wait and see.
Belly! 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 Go!
Wojciechowski calling Connor Bell to stand on the halfway line and wait for the counter-attack. He chases down Exidius. Looked into the area again. Bosanovsky missed it. And Nick Cook just seemed to lose his bearings. Rozvidzo, oh, beautiful turn. And he slaloms past Jego as well, but he can't find a teammate. The dribbling skills have been there for all to see tonight. Maybe the connection with his fellow attackers down in blue hasn't quite been there. Weir barrels over John Albano, who used his body well to shield it. Both these sides will have a week off next week. Then Preston going away to Green Gully, so back into the same part of the city. Final day of the season at home to Dandenong Thunder. The chest of Romero. And Albans, meanwhile, have Thunder at home next week. Another home game to finish against Hume City. There won't be anything to play for after this game. Really, the one that got away was the Gully game last week, Katie, for Dynamo.
Yeah, you have to look back at that one and think they should have iced that one. They should have been able to beat their rivals across the road. And that was the one on that 8 games unbeaten. That forms really a final shaping run that they've been on, to be fair. They've played and taken points off Avondale, Heidelberg, off Oakley. What a run that they've been able to put together. So all is not lost at all for this side. But again, I think the steps are still there, the foundations are still there, but they'll be disappointed they didn't get the 3 points out of that one last week.
Romero, Lawton has come on. Romero sizing up the shots. He wants another goal, like the one he netted against Dynamo in round 11. Brandon Lawton, as I mentioned, has come on for Ollie Kubalay, Preston midfielder who's put in a mega shift. Very settled team now, though. Very hard to break into for these bench players. Probably start for at least half of the sides in the competition.
And, why would you change a winning formula, a winning recipe at the moment? I think this team picks itself. And everywhere you look, I think tonight especially, there's winners on every line. Defensively, through midfield, Jego, Kublai, the work that they put in.
Rozvidzo gets free. Bosanovsky had to pull out of the challenge. He's on a yellow card, of course. Not worth getting yourself sent off now at 3-0 up. Weir. Burns. Back with Ansell. 83 minutes played at Fox Street. Rozvidzo. Lawton lost his footing. Come off Sir Dennis, I believe. That's a Preston throw. Cam Watson not best pleased in front of us. Negro. Burns. Rozvidzo. Back to Cook. Western United Academy products. Another one of those mid-season signings who we can expect bigger things from next year. Ansel. Weir. Looking for Divin. Been doing for the Saints. Negro calling Sir Dennis back into the mix. Got something to aim for with his throw. Taken on the chest from Sir Dennis. It's off for his Vidzo. With this result, Preston will extend their head-to-head record against St Albans to 13 wins, 5 draws and 9 losses all time. Last time they came face-to-face was in the old Division 1, the second tier of Victoria at the time in 2010 when Preston were on the way down, Dynamo were on the way up. Played against each other for one season. And the times have changed at Preston. Still seem to have Dynamo hemmed in here. It's going to be a Dynamo ball.
They've just controlled the space of the territory, and a lot of where this game has been played for large swaths of it, haven't they, the Lions? Just continuing that run, continuing that classic great game on the road kind of feeling, that well, the way that they set up tactically and the way they set up against Dynamo, match up against Dynamo more broadly, I think it's just been really to their advantage.
I tell you, having followed Preston's travails for a few years now, they tend to make things hard for themselves in these sorts of games. If they win them, they're dramatic wins. It's been the opposite tonight. And as Lawton comes across to foul Lucas Burns. Made what looked like a really, really tough 3 points. To not a stroll, but a really comfortable win.
Not quite effortless, you'd have to say.
There's been plenty of effort, that's for sure, but they've looked so confident, composed in that effort.
Absolutely. They've understood the assignment, each player across the line. They've known exactly what's been required of them, and they've performed exactly to that.
Burns with the ball to the back post. Ansel's free. It's in the net, but the flag was already up on Nick Ansel. Defence held their line well. Josh Golevsky, tad unlucky as he slams that one home. But the flag was up straight away from the assistant on the far side, and the Preston defenders had already stopped. Scott, flicked on by Romero. Awkward height for Weir. Albano. Lawton. Romero now. Cholina in the way. One minute to play plus stoppages at Churchill Reserve. No free kick. Lawton wins the ball. Negro. Rusvidzo. Through ball from Rusvidzo. Tchaikovsky has some work to do here. Covering well with the sliding challenge on Nick Cook. couldn't keep it. Here's Vidzo again.
Top of the box. What?
To Burns. Going at Connor Bell. Lucas Burns slid in aggressively there. Not before Preston cleared the ball out for a corner. "90 minutes up on the scoreboard. 3 minutes extra, signalled by the fourth official.
A real bright spark for Dynamo this evening. The performance of Sean Vidzo once again. Do not ignore the talent in NPL2 by any stretch of the imagination. It goes to show you how much depth there is here in the Victorian football pyramid.
Ren Nagamatsu at South coming from the same club and making a big impression. Hooked away by Bell. Rizvidzo helps it on. Diven kept his feet. Rizvidzo thought about the shots and tried to engineer a foul. There was nothing doing as Luke Jego just held his grounds. Romero racing down the line. He'll win a corner. Little short corner from Preston. Try and see out the remaining few minutes. Preston throw.
It's very much like game management from Preston now. Professional to the very end here.
1 minute to play. Pride for Preston to see out the game with their fourth straight clean sheet. Now they've responded to that defeat away in Oakley. Feels like their campaign's turned on that result and the response to it. McFarlane to Weir. Last action of the game this. Bellin out for a throw. Ross Clark with a glance at the watch. Dynamo free kick. Send it forward quickly if they want any consolation out of this game. Taking it short to Ansell. He'll pump it forwards. Tchaikovsky hooked away by Jego. And that will do it for Preston on the road. A comprehensive professional performance. And in the end, the scoreline is quite emphatic. Preston, so comfortable, so composed. And they have their win by 3-0. Luke Francis with the early opener. Leighton Brooks made it 2 just before half-time after the goalkeeping error from Marko Bulic. And then Jonas Markovski slammed home the third to put the result beyond doubt. Dynamo had plenty of possession. They huffed, they puffed, but the Preston backline has been so good this season and has now gone 4 games without being breached. Kept them at bay for 90-plus minutes. Preston take a big step towards their first NPL Victoria finals campaign and leave themselves within a shout of a home final. For Dynamo, the finals dream is over. But plenty of positives to build on for next season, Katie.
And that's exactly right. I mean, ultimately, outclassed outclassed tonight and outworked, I think, at different times, and just the way Preston were thorough and just brilliant from their end for large parts of that game. For Dinamo, green shoots. I think if they can keep hold of Sean Rizzo, especially for next season, I think they could really cause some serious problems. I think they just need to continue to build on the trajectory that they're on. Go to the transfer market, add a few players, and continue to recruit, continue to develop, as they show their appreciation to their home fans as well this evening. But yeah, they were outclassed tonight. I just thought they were second best to a team that was well set, that was well adjusted, and that was looking to get on track for finals, and they needed to tune up and they needed to come out with that performance. Did Preston, winners on every line, contributors on every line, and just such a complete team performance that was very hard for Dinamo to compete against.
Well, it's one thing to dispatch the 3 teams in the relegation zone. It's quite another to come here against the informed Dinamo side and put them to the sword in such comprehensive fashion. Preston, 4 wins on the trot, and this will be the one they're most proud of. The final score at Churchill Reserve is St Albans Dinamo 0, Preston Lions 3.